Good and decent people of YouTube, welcome to Political Drain, where we sift through the sewage at the end of a long pipeline of corporate media in order to expose the liars and the charlatans hell-bent on manipulating you for power and for profit. My name is Bruce Lively, and no, you're not crazy. Donald Trump, for the fourth time, has been indicted on criminal charges from forgery and racketeering to conspiracy to commit violations of public office. He has until the 25th of August to turn himself in, along with his 18 other alleged co-conspirators. That's the news. Now, to all you lefties out there cheering in concert with the liberal publication that broke the news to you, and to all the right-wingers out there screaming, two-tier justice system, in concert with your publication of choice, give me 7 minutes to show you why a more measured response for both of you might be appropriate here. I'll start with the Democrats because that'll be easy, fast, we'll get it out the way. Number one, governors can pardon. And Governor Kemp may still need the MAGA base to win his primary when he inevitably runs for president in 2028. And if you think that that whole perfect phone call thing is going to stop him, you got to think again.
You said you'll do what you can to get the Republican nominee elected, even if it's Trump?
I'm gonna certainly be supporting a Republican nominee to beat Joe Biden.
But Trump pressured you to overturn the election. He wanted you to call a special session. He said he was ashamed that he had endorsed you because you said you couldn't do what he wanted you to do there. He called you hapless. Even despite all of that, you would still work to get him elected if he's a nominee.
He was mad at me. I was not mad at him.
I just think it might surprise some people that you would work to help get him elected, given your history with him.
Well, I would ask a lot of people. I have people that say, I just can't go there and do that. But, I'm thinking of, the next president's going to be picking probably another Supreme Court justice and, judges on the Court of Appeals and federal judgeships. And
Number two, the prosecutor who brought the case, Fani Willis, is intent on prosecuting all 19 of these alleged criminals at the same time for 41 different charges under the RICO laws that has been known to take years to prosecute for less. I'm just saying a measured response is what's appropriate. That's all. Because the two-tier justice system doesn't work against the rich and the powerful. It's actually the opposite. That's where the term two-tier justice system came from. Despite what the emotionally manipulative propaganda networks you've been watching, right-wingers, have been telling you. Yes, now this is about your consumption of the world's greatest troll farm on earth called right-wing media, guys. These guys have an advanced degree in trolling that would put Ivy League universities like Oxford and Harvard to shame if they ever decided to write their own course on the subject. They take the battle cries of the oppressed and then have you shout them out in the furtherance of your oppressors. It's amazing. Like, my body, my choice. No, that's no longer about women's rights to choose. That's about me not having to wear a mask 3 years ago and refusing a vaccination that could save my life. Oh, and winter is coming. Be prepared. Black lives matter? No. All lives matter. Yeah, until Black lives matter. Because you weren't saying it until it became abundantly clear that Black lives didn't matter. It's amazing. My fellow Americans, it's 2023, and the feces smeared on the wall of the Capitol in 2020 has dried up and been cleaned. And Donald Trump just got the bill for it yesterday. Meanwhile, all of the people who aren't rich and powerful that were there on his behest are in prison. That's the two-tier justice system. Donald Trump's lawyers were arrested and sent to prison for being Donald Trump's lawyers. yet he's free to do rallies all around the country because he is rich and powerful and they are not enough. That's a two-tier justice system. If you disrespect judges and the DA and law enforcement, if you posted statements telling witnesses not to show up in court after a federal judge told you 3 times in writing not to do so, you would be under the jail right now because you are not powerful and you are not rich.
But if you really want to know what tier Donald Trump is in, let's look at an actual fraud we know he was guilty of. He used his own charitable foundation like a piggy bank, or as it's sometimes known, embezzlement.
Shocking pattern of illegality, including unlawful coordination with the Trump presidential campaign, repeated and willful self-dealing, and much more.
He stole from his own charitable foundation. How much more could, what did he also nut punch a priest? Like, how are non-Trumps punished for something like that? Well, some get 2 years in jail. Some get 5 years in jail. Some get 10 years in jail for stealing from charitable donations.
My fellow Americans, I say, let's make prisons great again by building steel walls so tall Trump can't climb over. And that's a measured response. I'll see you next time.